Ha! Hi, everybody. Welcome to Any Sunday Songwriters. I'm so glad you could all come because we have some spectacular people today. Um, Starting with Roberta Lamb, whom I met on a hi Roberta, a song circle that stems out of Massachusetts, somewhere in Massachusetts, and I was bowled over by some of her songs, and so I invited her to come. And I can say the same for Seth. Seth makes our show truly international today because while he lives in Israel, he's currently living in India, which I find that very exciting. I hope you don't mind. This is Seth Hoffman, and you are going to have so much fun today. Yeah. Um, so I didn't get a chance to go over the ground rules because we were having some issues with the link. So I'm really happy to see you all here. Thank you for coming. Um, and I like to bring up the rear, so I'm going to ask for either Seth or Roberta to volunteer to go first. Do I have a volunteer? Great. So Seth is going to start us off, and then Roberta, and then I'll take up the slack. Great. So what? Tell us a little bit about yourself, Seth, and then sing us a song.
All right. Well, yes, I'm Seth Hoffman, and I'm originally from the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area. Lived a good part of my life in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Been in many parts of the world, but recently in Israel. Met my wife, who's from India. Came here, had our baby son, and everyone else in the house is sleeping right now. But
Yeah,
I've
what
been
time
playing
is it?
music. It
What
is
time
one.
is it, Seth?
It's get this. It's 1:33 a.m. 1:33. How about that?
Oh, so you're only 2.5 hours more. Okay.
Only two and a half. Only two and a half. Yeah, so not bad. Not bad. But yes, yeah. So a pleasure to be here. And this first song is called "Live Every Day." And by the way, if you YouTube or Spotify, I would be glad if you like some of these songs to check out my music there. But this one is called Live Every Day. It's a song about being grateful because with all the rough things in the world, one of the best things to counter that is just to recognize the bounty of gifts that we have. So it's called Live Every Day. Live every day as if it were the last, 'cause before you know it, time goes past and life's just not that long. Tell all you love that you love them so, because even if you do, they might not know, and one day we'll all be gone. Taste the wind, don't let it blow on by. Sing songs of love, let the music get you high, and when it's said and done, you'll know the sun will shine on. Learn all you can from the folks you meet, though they might be strange and sleep on the street, but in some ways we all are wise. Give all your thoughts a fighting chance, ask your fears and doubts, would you like to dance? And open up your eyes. See the world and let the world see you. Take the time to love the things you do, and you'll hear it when your spirit starts to rise. And when it's said and done, you'll know the sun will shine on. Thank you.
Bravo. That was wonderful.
Thank you very much.
I particularly like the brump.
Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. I do that so I don't take myself too seriously.
I think that's wise. I love the whole song, though.
Thank you.
Roberta, tell us a bit about yourself and sing us a song. Oh, by the way, for those of you who have not been here before, if you open up the chat, there's a whole nother universe going on over there. And that includes the tip jar, the all important tip jar, which we will be splitting 3 ways at the end of the show. So be generous. Roberta, you're muted. So, yeah.
Well, I think I'll start with a song and then I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Is that
Okay.
all right?
That sounds good.
All right. This one's called Planting Seeds, which I've been doing a lot of lately. Sometimes I get lonely. Sometimes I need a friend. Sometimes I miss my family. When will I see them again? Sometimes what I need is connection and some hope. Sometimes planting seeds in the garden helps me cope. The daffodils and tulips reach bravely towards the sky. The morning glories open from green and curling vines. I plant the seedlings carefully to spread wide or climb a pole. Then marvel as the plants emerge, as if in my control. I've hoped for lasting love that grows stronger over time. The path that I went down was just an uphill climb. I have the choice to shut it down or maybe start again. Stay open to connection, to find it where or when. If plants and trees return each spring from winter or a drought, then I can shake off fears and doubts. My blessings I'll recount. A breach can shut down faith and cut us off from what might be. I'll start again with hope to reach across an angry sea. I've hoped for lasting love that grows stronger over time. The path that I went down was just an uphill climb. I have the choice to shut it down or maybe start again. Stay open to connection, to find it where or when. Thank you. Well, now I'll give it a tiny blurb about me.
Okay.
So, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me, Jan. I'm happy to be here with a fellow Texan. I'm actually a native Texan from Dallas, but I lived in Massachusetts for a long time, raised my family there, and now I'm in Rhode Island. So I'm streaming to you from beautiful Riverside, Rhode Island. So, singer-songwriter, big music fan, and happy to be here.
And we're delighted to have you.
Thank you.
So, y'all know me. So I'm going to introduce the song that I've been using for a sound check lately, and really.
I don't know you that well, so if you could tell a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'll tell. Twist my arm, Seth. Okay, I am here in Austin, Texas. How I ended up here is anybody's guess. There was this left turn. I was leaving New York and going to San Francisco. I remember that part. But what actually happened was the night before I left, I met some people from Austin, and they talked about Austin as if it was paradise, which, incidentally, almost the identical scenario took me to Israel. Yeah. I want to see paradise. Of course I do. So I decided I'd stop in Austin for maybe a week or two and then go on to San Francisco, which was a great plan, except that it never happened. So here I am in Austin, and I finally got to visit Israel in 2016. But I don't see any of the people who suggested that Israel was paradise, but I'd love for them to know that I took them up on it, and they weren't far off the mark. So, like I said, I've been doing this song as a sound check, which really isn't fair to this song. It deserves more than that, so here it is. Where are all the Gretas and Marlenas and all the Mae Wests? Where are they? No one tells the boys, come and see me sometime. That's all out of style nowadays. But I still long for old-time steamy romance and satin gowns and stockings with seams and men that wear trench coats and fedora hats. I wish they'd bring that all back, 'cause I want to be a femme fatale. I want to be a vamp. I want to whistle like Bacall and have 'em all eating from my hand. They put me on a pedestal, competing for my glance. I want to be a femme fatale. I want to be a vamp. Though I am a liberated woman, sometimes I'd prefer to be a tease. And when I see those starlets with eyes come hither soft, I could pull that off, it seems to me. See? And men would buy me clothes and bring me jewelry and open doors and pull me out a seat and then stand by politely until I'd sit, enjoy my sparkling wit, a little risque repartee with a femme fatale. I want to be a vamp. I want to be the party doll that upsets all their other plans. I know it isn't fashionable, but it's so elegant. I want to be a femme fatale. I want to be a vamp. Dietrich and Davis, they had it made. Mansfield and Monroe, hey, where'd they all go? Well, the women we admire now in the movies are all doctors and lawyers and chiefs. They don't flutter their lashes or swing their hips. They don't pout their lips or sit on anyone's knee. And if they're in some older profession, they've all been reformed by Act 3. They've given up their cigarettes and champagne. I guess we've come a long way, but I sure miss the day of the femme fatale. I want to be a vamp. I want to give the boys the eye and call some guy my honey lamb. I'd have 'em all in a spell, I'd have 'em in a trance. If I was a femme fatale, I would be sensational. I wanna be a vamp. Thank you. So, we're just going to keep going round and round that way until a couple hours from now. Seth, what you got for us?
All right. I love that song, by the way. That was I could hear that song with like a 12-piece band behind you. With a
Oh,
whole
me
full-
too.
yeah, that one of these days that must be done. Must be done. All right. Well, thanks. It's really great to be here. This next song, I have several albums, and so I'm gonna try to play from different chapters. This song is called Cold Rider, and it's about how you and you and you and you are all superheroes. Have you ever thought about that in your own life? It's like you're the main character. Nice muscle, by the way, right? Normally you think, okay, but who has the most power in the world, at least in your world, is you do, and you're still here and you've done all these things, and it hasn't been easy. I know. I don't know your full story, but I know it hasn't been easy, and here you still are. So this is called Cold Rider, and it's on to you and you and you and you and you and you. Thought that I'd write this song before it's been too long. We're almost through this year, and I fear that I didn't say. We're all coming from 100 places, and it's so good to see your faces, all that you bring to the table, and that you're able to share your soul. Coming in every day, do our best to play until the end. Cold, cold rider again. We learn from where we've been, from goodness and from sin. Cold, cold rider again. Sometimes when everything's so quiet, you never know it until you try it. As soon as you clear your mind, you often find what you're looking for. It takes a little bit more practice if you're gonna sleep on a cactus. Then I won't mind the needles, and the Beatles will sing for me. We're all welcoming the summer and walking barefoot in the sand. Cold, cold rider again. We'll stock up your basket and ask it while you can. Cold, cold rider again. As long as you get things done, you might as well have a little bit of fun. I love watching you teach each other like my grandmother taught me. You'll realize in these hours all of your superpowers. Decide how you want it to go, your own biography. Though sometimes we stumble and we tumble and we fall. Cold, cold rider again. We'll keep right on through like only you can do. Cold, cold rider again. You got to use a little intuition if you're gonna be a musician. We're kind of a wandering breed, always need to be playing a song. And when this boat gets rocking, you don't gotta bother knocking. Just march yourself right on in and begin playing along. Going down the roller coaster, got no say which way we turn. Cold, cold rider again. There's no telling what's in store, still we're coming back for more. Cold, cold rider again. Doom 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 doom.
That was wonderful.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm going to jump in with, I don't know, my version of the vampy. These rounds are so fun because we can play off each other. So this is my vampy, I don't know about superpower, but something about something. Superpower. It's called Turn Around, Don't Drown. Just minding my own business, I was keeping my head down. Been circling round this barn too long, time to leave this town. So I went down by the water just to let my worries fade. One glimpse of you, my heart stopped, I almost backed away. Your easy smile, your damn good looks, they really drew me in. I can't say just what it was, but I felt it in my skin. You might bring me to higher ground through the rising water, but something in my heart said, turn around, don't drown. Turn around, don't drown. Now I've been wrong and selfish, I don't do what I should. I ought to tell you, walk on by, 'cause maybe I'm no good. Now rain, it makes me restless, and the sunshine makes me smile. But what you got makes me wanna stay with you a while. You might bring me to higher ground through the rising water, but something in my heart said, turn around, don't drown. Turn around, don't drown. Now the river water's raging, who knows just where it goes. But you and I, let's work it out, get across this flooded road. So loosen up your collar, maybe we could fool around. And I'll ignore those whispers that say turn around, don't drown. That say turn around, don't drown.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
So I'm going to do a little tribute. This has been a hard week. We all know it's been a hard week. And actually, it's been a hard 2.5 years, but this was harder than some of the weeks in those 2.5 years. And I have wonderful company to share it with, and basically to make sure I don't go off the deep end and go ahead and drown. So I'm going to sing a little tribute to him. Andy, this is for you. Don't seem like much that you cuddle up closer when it's cold at night. Don't seem like much that you rub my shoulders when I come home tired. But I don't know what I would ever do if I had to live in this world without you. Don't seem like much, but it's everything to me. Don't seem like much keeps people together these days. miracle or two. And that's still not enough to hear some tell it, and it sure don't seem to see them through. But in these tough and turbulent times, when love's so easily forgotten, still you don't forget mine. Don't seem like much, but it's everything to me. So many drops fill the ocean, so many stars fill the skies above, so many acts of devotion fill my heart with love. So it means so much when you tell me you love me, though we've had a fight. And it means so much when you say that you're sorry too, even when you were right. It's just a minor detail in the master plan, 'cause I'm just one woman, you're just one man. Don't seem like much, but it's everything to me. I don't mean it's unimportant or any kind of slight. I just wanted you to know that you're doing it right. Don't seem like much, I know, but it's everything to me. Everything. Thank you.
Wow.
Thanks. It seems to be a regular thing that my earbuds fall out while I'm singing, and then I have to go hunt for them afterwards. Thank you all.
That was
Seth?
beautiful.
Thank you.
You two are a lucky couple to have each other. What a gorgeous song. And wow. When did you write that, by the way?
I don't know. It was a while ago. We've been married now. It'll be 30 years in November. So sometime in that time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow, beautiful. Beautiful. Well, I like how Roberta said that she like playing off of each other. Will you inspire me to play kind of a love song as well. And what's interesting about this love song, this song is in our lives, many of us have looked for our soulmate. Where is that special person? And someone told me that to find that person, you have to manifest that person and write down what you're looking for, and just specifically. And I thought I'd been pretty patient. So one time I actually did that. I wrote this song and it came true. So this song is to my now wife, Upasana. And I just wrote down what I was hoping to find, and very shortly after it came true. So yeah, so it's called Upasana, and goes like this. Her name is Upasana, her eyes, they are brown. I could feel it in my whole body when she first came around. So peaceful and playful, creative and wise. Every way she moves 'cause it seems like a dance. I asked about the hummingbird on her pants. She said they were a gift as her gaze drifted to the sky. Let's watch the sun go down by the sea as it fades out of sight, then brings on the night. Let's watch the sun go down, 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 down. I was never the same again. Oh no, 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 no. She drew me in like walking to water. Thought about her mom and dad who created this daughter. So much beauty in body and mind. She can really tell a story, make you feel like you were there. And then when she listens, you really know she cares. I asked where she'd been hiding. She asked me the same. Let's watch the sun go down by the sea as it fades out of sight, then brings on the night. Let's watch the sun go down, 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 down. I was never the same again. Oh no, 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 no. Let's watch the sun go down by the sea as it fades out of sight, then brings on the night. Let's watch the sun go down, down, down. I was never the same again. Oh no, no, no. And there it is. So thanks Upasana for making that song come true.
That was so awesome.
It was.
I love it.
I traveled all the way to Israel to meet a wonderful, nice girl from India.
You know, it's got a kind of a nigun kind of a vibe to it. I like it.
Yeah, yes,
Nice.
and that's what it was. That's how I've been living my life. When I get those sort of messages from God, whether it is in the moon or in the sea or something, by now I know. Listen to it.
Gee, this is great. This is the best. I'm having so much fun. All right, I'm not going to do a love song, but I do have a love song. I'm going to save it for later. But this is kind of a tribute song during the beginning of the pandemic. I lost my elderly dog, and my dog was elderly, but it was kind of hard. I was alone, and my son used to say that he was worried that I was carrying this big dog up and down the stairs, and he kept saying, one of these days I'm worried you're going to fall. And then I wrote this song, and then he says, gee, I write this song, and there you are, like in this song, like my nightmare. So anyway, it's called One Step Away. It goes like this. An aging dog with failing sight on steps and paths, he takes his time. Dinner scraps, he waits for treats, finds a spot, curls by her feet. But one misstep, or one missed rail, and the aging pair fall down the stairs. And just like that, you're only a step away from saying goodbye. One step away from a nightmarish fear, an unbearable loss, that day on, their weekly calls are filled with joy and laughter. Just like that, we're only a step away from starting again. One step away from moving past fears. So two old friends find a bridge they can cross. One step
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, yeah, we are always. There was a meme on Facebook maybe 2 or 3 days ago about, if you knew you were going to die, what would you do? Well, you are, and we all are. And I have a song that was written out of the feeling of being a little too close to that step or thinking about it a little too much, and this is the song. I keep a bust of Beethoven before me on the piano. I keep a bust of Beethoven to remind me that even in calamity, tomorrow still holds possibility. So I keep a bust of Beethoven where I'll remember. I keep a bust of Beethoven where I can see. I keep a bust of Bach before me on the piano. I keep a bust of Bach to remind me that though the task is difficult, it still can yield a fine result. So I keep a bust of Bach where I'll remember. I keep a bust of Bach where I can see. And Chopin could not go home, and Mozart died in poverty. So many of them died so very young, and still they left us so much beauty. So I keep a bust of Brahms before me on the piano. I keep a bust of Brahms to remind me that though your heart is aching, your art can be your saving grace. So I keep a bust of Brahms where I'll remember. I keep a bust of Brahms where I can see. I keep a bust of Beethoven, and I keep a bust of Bach, and I keep a bust of Brahms where I can see. Thank you. Thanks very much. So before I forget again, I do want to say hello to Sybil, who is watching on the Facebook version of this show. And hi to everybody here. Welcome. We have representatives from Israel and Massachusetts, and I'm assuming that's your wife. Am I correct, Seth?
You talking to me?
Yes. Is that your
Oh,
wife?
yes.
Yes. Well,
Yes. You
hello.
mean
It's nice to meet you.
Upasana.
Yes.
Yes.
And hi to
Yes.
Rick.
She's probably listening while working on her research. Yeah.
Well, it's lovely to have her here. So,
Yes.
are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm going to switch it up and play a song on this ukulele here. All right. Well, in addition to being a musician and a songwriter, I'm also a teacher and spent many years as a classroom teacher, from kids as young as 2 and 3 to as old as 97. But one of the things I used to have the students do is, when we read a story, to look at it from another perspective. Like, there's always the good guy and the bad guy and this and that. So one of the assignments, they had to think of a fairy tale. And so I thought, well, I should do this assignment too. I used to always say, okay, good luck with that. Then I thought, well, maybe I should do this too. So this is the true story, as I see it, of Goldilocks of the Three Bears. Because growing up, I always thought very poorly of Goldilocks. I admit I was a bit judgmental. I thought, oh, she's probably some spoiled girl. She's just thinks she can go wherever she wants. She breaks people's chairs, eats their food, and she's thinking, what's going to happen to me? And I thought, maybe it's not so simple. So this is kind of like the true Hollywood story of Goldilocks. Goldilocks lived without glory. Here's a story about before she met the three bears. Important to mention, never got any attention in a home where nobody cares for her. So she left home that day. No, she couldn't stay. Gotta be another way. That's why she left home that day. And Goldilocks, walking through the forest, feeling like the poorest, asked would I be better off dead. So hungry and tired, but suddenly inspired to check out that house up ahead. In the distance, she wasn't spoiled or full of greed. She was on her own, girl in need. She couldn't take it anymore, so she walked through that door. And Goldilocks found something to eat and a place to rest her feet and a place to rest her head. Not that she wasn't taught, in fact she wanted to get caught by the bears asleep in their bed. And Goldilocks lived without glory. Here's a story about before she met the three bears. There it is. This is the story of Goldilocks.
That was delicious.
Totally love it. I want to be your student.
Yeah, me too.
Now that one's like a midrash, like what happened between the stories. I love it. It's good. I'm going to do a funny one now too.
Okay.
So this is the song that people tell me I should put up on TikTok about how we're so dismissive of one another. It's called Swipe Right. It goes like this. Looking for prospects on my iPhone. Must have sense of humor, testosterone. Some profiles are charming, lots of nice pics. but some of these guys seem like real twits. John's into sports cars, he flies his own plane. To tell you the truth, that gives me chest pain. Sam craves adventure on long hiking trips. Don't think that would help build good partnerships. Swipe left, toss them aside. Swipe left. If I keep swiping left, I'll never know what's inside. Swipe left to move on and find the right partner who's perfect like me. Then I'll let down my armor. With so many choices in my little cloister, I'll find the bright pearl that hides in the oyster. Swipe left, toss them aside. Swipe left. If I keep swiping left, I'll never know what's inside. Sing another lament, poor morning dove. If I keep swiping left, I'll keep losing in love. Or maybe just once, though he might not excite, I'll find the right someone, then I'll swipe right. Swipe left, toss them aside. Swipe left. If I keep swiping left, I'll never know what's inside. Keep swiping left, I'll never know what's inside. Thank you.
So, that should
Well
be,
said.
then you should hear that. Beautiful.
Who should hear that?
Many people.
Many people.
Unfortunately, yes, a quite large number of people.
A few years back, I could have used that one myself.
I'm going to do a funny one too, since you brought it up. I grew up in Detroit, or at least part of my childhood I grew up in Detroit. The part where you can get into trouble, I grew up in Detroit. And this is actually a true story. Part of the population of Detroit is this little city. There's actually two of them inside Detroit. One of them, however, has a very large population of Polish people. That was where the Polish enclave in Detroit ended up, was in this little city called Hamtramck. But by the time I came along, there was considerable spillover. And so some of my friends in my neighborhood, which was predominantly Jewish, some of them were Polish girls, Catholic Polish girls. And one of them looked like we all wanted to look. I'm going to describe her in this song, but you'll get the picture. Oh dear. I grew up 2 doors down from the wildest girl in town. Golden hair, porcelain skin, big blue eyes and a kitty cat grin. Red hair and freckles were my fate. My assets all showed up a little bit late, so I followed her wherever she led and hung on every word she said. And I dreamed of starting over so that I could be just like Mary Ann, Margaret Francis, Petra Skeveruski. I am not kidding. We had a gym class and we were supposed to put our names on the back of our leotards. She couldn't get her name on the back of her leotard. We would smoke in her garage, spike our cokes with stolen sauce. I followed in and enthusiastically, 'cause I wanted to be just like her. Boys hung around, but if they got too close, they ended up in fetal pose, 'cause she had big brothers, 4 or 5. They'd never ever let her cry, and I dreamed of starting over. I had 2 sisters. I wanted to be Mary Ann, Margaret Francis, Petruskeveruski. She got sent to reform school. That's what they did back then. Came out even wilder than when she went in. But I got careful, 'cause I got scared. My mom would have killed me, not sent me somewhere. Now I have daughters. I watch real close, 'cause I know exactly where that road goes. But I still dream of starting over. Yep, I still want to be Mary Ann, Margaret Francis, Petruskeveruski. Now, most of those Polish girls, all of them that I knew, were Catholic, and their names just kept getting longer and longer and longer. Well, maybe in my next life, I will get to be Mary Ann, Margaret Francis, Elizabeth, Petruskeveruski / Jones. Yeah. Thank you.
Beautiful. Wow. When you wrote that song, did you write the full name down each time?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
So you still know how to spell this girl's name?
Yeah.
Could you spell it? Could you spell that last part for us?
Let's see.
Not to put you on the spot. I'm just curious.
There was a Z where one didn't belong.
Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah.
It's probably harder to say. It's probably easier to write. So no, you don't have.
Yes.
You can put it in the chat.
Okay, I will do that.
And then we'll all try to find her on Facebook.
I doubt that she kept that name. Actually, I'm sure the first chance she got, she was Mrs. somebody else.
I know. As soon as you get to the age where you have to fill out any sort of forms and you can never fill your name in the boxes, you're like, okay, I need to do something about this. All right. Well, for whatever reason, that inspired me to play the song that's called Sapphire, and the song was written. Has anyone ever been to you know what a rainbow gathering is? What those are? Well, this was partially from an encounter at a rainbow gathering, partially a combination of some other events that happened both in and outside of my mind, and but it's called Sapphire. It goes like this. Well, I met her one night. She was tripping on shrooms. Drove a VW punch bug and spun some cocoons. I asked how she's doing. She said, so fine. Then we talked for a while. Then she blew my mind, and I was so high. Nothing could touch me. Could almost taste the sky. And the rest I will see, 'cause the night is so young. She said softly, just take it one day at a time. Whatever will be, will be. Doodle-dum-dum-dum-dum. Well, her name, it was Sapphire. Her hair, it was gold. She lived in Hawaii till she was 15 years old. I get stuck in tomorrow. I heard her say, well, I tell you right now, I'm living this day. And I was so high, nothing could touch me. Could almost taste the sky. And the rest I will see, 'cause the night is so young. She said softly, take it one day at a time. Whatever will be, will be. Do-do-dum-dum-dum-dum. Dum-da-da-dum. Dum-da-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Well, the morning it came, and the morning it went. I still can't believe what the angels have sent. Where shall we go from here? She said, let's get a bite. We had blueberry pancakes, it was alright. And I was so high, nothing could touch me. Could almost taste the sky. And the rest I will see, 'cause the night is so young. She said softly, take it one day at a time. Whatever will be, will be. Doodle-dum-dum-dum-dum. Dum-da-da-dum. Doodle-dum-dum-dum-dum. There it is. Sapphire. Thank you.
Pretty.
Thank you.
That's really pretty.
Thank
It
you.
reminds me.
It's on an album called Lick Your Mind, by the way.
Lick your mind. You know, reminds me a little bit of Norwegian wood.
Ah, yes. I think must part that idea. I totally good call. Nice
Except you
one.
don't go to sleep in the bathtub, but you know, kind of.
That's what I asked.
Well, I'm going to do my love song now. I'll throw it in here. Notice I only have one. It's called Meet Me in the Moonlight. It goes like this. And it's very warm here in Rhode Island. It's kind of a Texas day. I don't know what it's like in Israel, but what's it like in Texas? Anyway, it's a cooling off winter song. It goes like this. My day is filled up with screens and schedules. I've learned most of life's fundamentals, but my heart keeps telling me, run away. Skipping out would be atrocious. Keep the promise, stay in focus. Tonight's moon shadows blur, but amplify my longing for the love that you, just only you, could satisfy. I'm ready now to loosen my grip, wondering where this path could lead. Come meet me in the moonlight. Together we'll get it right. Your light shines in the filtered glow as we just try to let it go. We wander by the frozen lake. The moonlit path will heal our heartache. Let's forget about the frostbite as we hold each other tight. Come meet me in the moonlight. Won't you meet me in the moonlight? Come on and meet me in the moonlight tonight. We've come to where the skaters glide. One misstep and we'd collide. But we found our way and we feel fine. Together we'll let it go. Move into those rhythms we know. As we glide, I feel you sway, and I respond. It feels right, now we know. How could this feeling be wrong? We wonder now that fear is gone, if this might be the one. As the moon's glow surrounds us, I feel your warmth. Our love's much stronger than ice. It cannot be shattered, not melted, not scattered. My heart knows what to do. It's you I long to be with tonight. Come meet me in the moonlight. Together we'll get it right. Your light shines in the filtered glow as we just try to let it go. We'll wander by the frozen lake. The moonlit path will heal our heartache. Let's forget about the frostbite as we hold each other tight. Come meet me in the moonlight. Won't you meet me in the moonlight? Come on and meet me in the moonlight tonight. Thank you.
How lovely.
Thank you.
Well, this is inspired by that, but it's sort of like a love song. Hold on one second because I have to make sure. Nope. Come on, you can do it. There. This is an love song. I have a few of those. Yeah. This one, however, was special because it was pretty much written when I woke up. And I have several of those now. I love my dream songs. I keep a notebook by the bed to capture my dream songs, which, you know, it always feels like if you write a song, that's a gift. If you write one in your sleep, that's like a miracle. Yeah. There was a poet, and I can't remember her name now, but in one interview she described, she had a farm, and she'd be out in the fields working, and an idea for a poem would occur to her, and she would run all the way back to the house to try to beat that poem's escape and get it down before it was gone, because she knew, like I know, if you don't get up and write it down and tell yourself you're going to remember it, by the time you get to a place where you do write it down, it is gone. Somebody else woke up with a poem that day. Every now and then I dream of you again, from time to time. Why, I'll never know. It was so long ago you were mine. Like a treasure lost, like a secret told, a glitter in the dust, a glow among the coals, a shiver of regret. Every now and then I dream of you again. Like a hurricane, you struck and changed everything I thought I knew. You were my earth and sky, you filled my day and night. I believed in you. Passionate and brief, our tempest of a song, melody so sweet, harmony so wrong. such was our duet. But every now and then I hum that tune again. You ran away, you didn't even say goodbye. Were you afraid? You know, I used to pray your lie would come true, and somehow you'd love me too. But yes, I did move on after you had gone, and I was done grieving. And I found again a lover and a friend I could believe in. Ah, but autumn-colored hair, a pair of moody eyes, a tilted smile would make me look twice at someone I've never met. And every now and then, every now and then, yes, every now and then I dream of you again.
Wow.
That was so great.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh.
I love that bass progression.
Thank you. I had a guitar teacher teach me how to do this with the capo, and I came back with that song, and he was just, that's not what I meant. I meant for you to. I went, oh, well, too late now.
Good for you.
Before we move on, Seth, where are you going to be next, and where can we find you online?
Oh, thank you. Good question. Well, where will I be next? Well, I will be in India until the U.S. Will get my wife's green card straightened away, which hopefully will happen soon. But once that happens, we're hoping maybe August, September that will happen, and we will go back to Israel for a little bit of time, and then back to New Mexico. But online, I'm pretty much all those places. You can find things like Spotify, iTunes, and Bandcamp, and YouTube. I do actually every Wednesday, I do a Wednesday song video on YouTube.
Perfect.
So it's Seth Hoffman Music, and I've been trying to incorporate some, like making little animations even, and just changing things up. And a lot of times I'm in this room where I am right now, because this is where I play music mostly in India, is in this room right here. But yeah, I have a couple new albums. It's been a very prolific time here in India. Have you ever noticed when you don't have as much free time, you get a lot more accomplished, because every bit of spare time you capitalize on. I don't know how I did it before, but yes.
Boundaries.
So
they
hopefully
don't
I'll see
feel
you
like
in
it.
America or in Israel or wherever.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yes.
Those boundaries don't feel like a good thing, but they definitely are.
They are. As much as so much of my life tried to just, avoid those responsibilities. When you have the most going on and the most to do, you just feel the best, feel the most productive. And it's like, you think, oh, if I do all those things, I'll be tired. When it's just the opposite. When you have like one thing to do, okay, today I'm just going to go to the store and get some milk. That's all I'm going to do. And usually you don't even do it. I didn't get the milk, but then when we have 20 things to do, it happens. So,
And nothing takes as long as you think it's going to.
It's true. Unless you have one thing, and then it seems to take all day and you didn't finish it. But it's true. It's like you break things up into 5-minute spots, and you can get so many things done.
Bird by bird.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
If you
Roberto,
want something done, give it to a busy person.
that's
True.
right. That's right.
Very
It'll
true.
just go on the list and they'll do it. So,
true.
Roberta, how about you? Where will you be next, and where can we find you online?
Well, let's see. I'm taking a little bit of a break from doing all of the online things because my son is working here in Providence over the summer. So he hasn't been we haven't been under the same roof since he graduated high school, and he's about to get married. So so I'm doing this mother thing, which is what are we making for dinner and what are we going to do? It's really fun. Anyway, so let's see what to tell you. I'm going to be playing a farmer's market on Thursday, and then I'm doing it Stoneham, Massachusetts. If anybody's in Massachusetts, I know Rick is, and I'll be there, and I'm playing there again in July. And I'm sure there's some other things, but I haven't been going on to the online shows just because I made my living room back to my house again. And then pretty soon my son will be leaving, and then comes the wedding, and then I'll be back to it. So hopefully by the time we get to NERFA in the fall, I should be doing a lot of things by then, because I've already committed to going to the NERFA conference in New Jersey, and I'm looking forward to that.
NERFA being Northeast Regional
Folk Alliance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but you can find me online, and I'm really busy on YouTube. You have to Google Roberta Lamb on YouTube. But I did a big show that I videoed, and you can hear some cool videos from that show.
I saw that.
At the Burren. Yeah, that was kind of I was very fortunate to find a phenomenal videographer, and the sound, and we packed the house in the middle of COVID, which I'm really proud of. So now I'm kind of just trying to live a life. So
Cool. And for myself, you can find me at janseides.com, and I need to remember to say hello to Harry Geist and Myra Bennett, who are watching us on Facebook. And I feel like the romper room lady when I do this. So check out my website, and particularly my store, where you can find jewelry that's made from semi-precious stones and my guitar strings, which I'm really excited about having. They were made by Kathy Miller of Love and Life Art. And Seth, back to you.
All right. Well, I hope one day we're all in the same room, whether it's at the same time or at different times in different places. But each of you who I see your rectangle right now, I hope we are in the same rectangle one of these days. But it's good to be it's the miracle that we can be here, at least this way. Well, a lot of my songs are nowadays, I try to write them, in a positive light. When I first started writing music, as maybe some of you who write and create, it seemed like it could only happen when I was really down, really like suffering and confused and having just no other outlet. And so all my early songs were mostly that. And I had to consciously try to write a song when I was in a good mood, because then I was worried I'd look back on my life and think, gosh, was I ever feeling okay? And so this is a song about a rough time. And I realized the value, because I was worried I would bring people down if I'm playing these songs about hardships. But when I think of my own experience, hearing songs sometimes about struggles of others, it didn't actually bring me down. Rather, it made me feel like I wasn't so crazy for having a rough time, saying, oh, maybe this is part of the human experience. So this is a song called I'm a Basket Case, when I was feeling just about as confused and pretty in a rough place. I'm grateful to be past that time, but I think it's all these things add to our life experience and give gratitude for the sunshine times. So here it goes. I'm a basket case, I'm losing this race. My mind is running in circles and circles. I'm a basket case, I'm losing this race. My mind is running in circles and circles in my head. down this trail, see where it leads and make a heads or tails of glory and courage. Don't mean to demean, I only want to encourage justice, 'cause it's not just us. Thousands of names for God, what makes us think ours is the right one and only. Treating people this way has got to get a little lonely, so lonely. I know we all get a little bit lonely. I've been up all through the night, my mind won't mellow. 1,000,000 miles a minute and I feel like jello. Then I'll be fulfilled before. I can't go on this way anymore. Planting my roots just to pull them out. Pretend it doesn't hurt, trying not to shout. Emotions like the oceans and the motions of everything. I'm a feather in the weather, all together we sing. I'm a basket case, I'm losing this race. My mind is running in circles and circles. I'm a basket case, I'm losing this race. My mind is running in circles and circles in my head.
Oh man, that's so good.
Thank you.
Love it. Wow. I love all the internal rhymes.
Thank you. Thank
Fun.
you. They helped me get through that time.
That was great. Well, I guess I'll have to follow this with my basket case song. So, here's the story. It's a true story. I am about to celebrate a milestone, a personal milestone. I am being reunited with my estrogen. It's very real. And I'm really happy about it, although it's been quite an ordeal. So, decided to put together a song, and as songs tend to do, this one kind of turned itself into a country tune. Even though I'm from Texas, I've been trying to live it down for a while. But anyway, so I'm going to bring you into my dressing room here to channel my inner Minnie Pearl. Some of you may remember her. I don't know if you all are old enough to remember her, but anyway, here she is. Anyway, so because I'm being reunited with my estrogen, for you Latin scholars, I decided to call it Estrogen Redux, and it goes like this. Well, I've had time to travel, spend time with family, but you never know when life turns to calamity. I'm middle-aged but still rockin', glad I'm not a virgin. When out of the blue, you get a call from your surgeon. She says, you got a good shot, but this is what you got. Looks like excess estrogen, too much estrogen. So take this little pill for 5 short years. And all that excess estrogen hopefully disappears. When life is in flux, dream of estrogen redux. I know it kinda sucks. Estrogen redux. Estrogen redux. Now I went down to the OR, got my surgery. I'll be good as new, won't change my identity. Be brave, keep smiling, keep up my good mood. Keep saying yes to living and yes to my dude. When life is in flux, dream estrogen redux. I know it kinda sucks. Estrogen redux. Estrogen redux. So 5 years have gone by, thanks to my plan. I'm hoping my waist will get tiny again. My voice will get higher. I'll get back my fire. My moves will improve. And I'll get back my groove. When life is in flux, dream of estrogen redux. I know it kinda sucks. Estrogen redux. Estrogen redux. And estrogen redux. Woo! Thank you.
Well, that goes on a short list of songs I know about menopause and estrogen and hot flashes. I'm collecting them. I don't do any of them, but I collect them.
Well, you know, we've all got our things that we have to go through and turn into, what do they say? I used to know a great therapist who used to say, if you want to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs. So that goes in that genre.
This is true. Welcome to Harry Geist. He has some information for us that I think you'll be happy to know about. Harry, do you want to tell us about your show tomorrow night? Can you hear me? I'm thinking that his non-reaction suggests that he didn't hear me say that. So we'll let that slide for the moment. The most recent album of mine that you'll find on my website is something called Unsung. And I had all the songs written and the album was delivered and I was talking with people about it. And I thought the project was done and I was asking in my email letter, what should I do next? And then after I performed one of the songs on stage, one of my peeps came up and said, you ought to turn that into a book. And so I did. Here it is. It's got the album in the back, and it's got illustrations and lyrics and a little backstory on the how the song got written, and it was lots of fun. And when that was done, I thought, okay, well, that project's done now. What should I do next? Well, here's what's happening. I'm writing a musical based on the songs on that CD, and I'm having so much fun doing it. I'm on the last 2 songs now and into the last scene. And I have a mentor, and he's been very encouraging, and it's been lots of fun. So I'm going to do one from that. You can find that on my website, too. I am Jacob's daughter. Dinah is my name. Leah is my mother. I am 17. There's a dozen more who are my brothers. 2 of them went to Shechem and killed my lover. They say, uh-oh, I've forgotten this part. They say the stain on my honor required this killing. And they tell me it's not their fault. They say things just happen that way. They say must be how God planned it, so there's no use in carrying on. They say if anything I am to blame, and I stand convicted and appalled. They say I shouldn't have given my heart, and they tell me it's not their fault. His voice was my temple, his smile was my light, and he was tender and wanted to make me his wife. He offered alliance, in our ways he'd abide. My brothers stole his life like thieves in the night. They say they thought he took me unwilling. They say the stain on my honor required this killing. And they tell me it's not their fault. They say things just happen that way. They say must be how God planned it, so there's no use in carrying on. They say if anything I am to blame, and I stand convicted and appalled. They say I shouldn't have given my heart, and they tell me that's not their fault. My father says we will have to leave this place. I'd rather stay, but who'd have us in such disgrace? And they tell me it's not their fault. They say things just happen that way. They say that must be how God planned it, so there's no use in carrying on. They say if anything I am to blame, and I stand convicted and appalled. They say I shouldn't have given my heart, and they tell me that's not their fault. Why ever did I give him my heart? Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. Sorry to leave you such a bummer, Seth.
That just proves my point. I used to worry about that, but those types of songs, they don't leave people feeling. They just make you feel. Songs that make you feel, that are down, they just make you feel. And like, because throughout that song, just like the merry-go-round of emotions and experiences that brought up, I thank you for that song. What a powerful song, because it's not like, oh, I felt sad things. I felt sad things. I felt happy memories. I felt just the whole spectrum. What a powerful song. It inspired.
Wow, thank you. That means a lot coming from you. Thank you.
Yes.
And the tango.
Yeah.
I like that.
Before we move on, Harry, can you hear me now? You're muted.
Yes, I can finally hear you. I got my
Great. Okay. Well, do you want to tell everybody about your show before we do another round?
Sure. Thanks, Jan. I am the host of an open mic that occurs every other Monday generally. And the next open mic, it's called the Growler Virtual Open Mic. It's named because before the pandemic, there was an open mic weekly at a place in locally called Growler and Gill. So when the pandemic shut everything down, I started to go virtual, and the name Growler Virtual Open Mic stuck. Anyway, the next open mic will be tomorrow night, June 27th. Starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And I've actually got a full slate tomorrow. Jan, you didn't even make the cut this time.
I'm so sorry. I'm not going to be able to do it, so that works.
Okay, that works fine. Anyway, I've got a group of very talented people. If you'd like information, you can either post your email in the chat box here, or you can send me an email. My address is, I'll put my email address in the chat box also, and I'll add you to the mailing list. Again, generally it's every other week, but because next Monday is July 4th, we're going to be skipping a week. I alternate with another virtual open mic. So anyway, Growler Virtual Open Mic starting tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. And if you want some information and to get on the mailing list for future open mics, please post your email here or send it to me at my email address, which I will post right now. Thank you.
And Harry, while I've got you on here, I will be there. I will be getting there late, so don't panic.
I saw you're the closing act for tomorrow night, Storm. Okay. All set, Jan. Back to you.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So, Seth, you're up.
All right. Well, I'm going to add a little harmonica to this one. When I first started playing music, my big hero, but when I first started playing, Bob Dylan was all. I played nothing but Bob Dylan songs, and so I couldn't wait to get one of these little harmonicas. I don't use it so much now, but the song has it. This is a short song. It's a little bilingual, a little bit of English and a little bit of Spanish. It's called Any Way the Wind Blows, A Donde Va el Viento. If you don't understand the Spanish part, it's exactly what the English part is, so no worries. And in New Mexico, where I spent many years, it's home to the largest hot air balloon festival in the world. Perhaps you know this. And I had the pleasure of being on a balloon crew and flying in some balloons and just seeing the incredible sight of several hundred, 800 balloons in the sky. Anyways, one of the cool things about hot air ballooning is, I don't know if you know this, but they do not have a steering wheel. You cannot steer a hot air balloon. What you have to do is you go up and down and you see from the other balloons which way the winds are going. And it's kind of a lesson in life that, you go which way the wind blows, but you can put yourself in different ways to catch the sail in one way or the other. So this is called Any Way the Wind Blows. It's sort of a go with the flow kind of feel. It goes like this. Any way the wind blows, that's where you'll find me, 'cause I'm not holding on to nothing. Look for me when the rain goes, the clouds are all behind me, and you'll hear the birds as they sing. Donde va el viento, ahí me encontrarás, pues no estoy aferrado a nada. Búscame tras la lluvia, las nubes atrás de mí, escucharás las aves cantando. Anywhere the wind blows, that's where you'll find me. 'Cause I'm not holding on to nothing. Look for me when the rain goes, the clouds are all behind me, and you hear the birds as they sing. Donde va el viento, ahí me encontrarás, pues no estoy aferrado a nada. Búscame tras la lluvia, las nubes atrás de mí, escucharás las aves cantando. Muchas gracias.
Qué linda.
I like that. Me gusta tu español.
Sí. Soy de Texas, right? Anyway, I'm going to scooch right into the next song so we can hopefully get another round in. So this one is, I think, my newest song. It's called Odessa Rose, and it was inspired by the life of my maternal grandmother, who came from Odessa. I'm named for her. She was Rose. So it goes like this. Born by the shores of Ukraine's Black Sea, Odessa Rose studied life over tea. The men in her family were rabbis. Girls couldn't be scholars, but she'd improvise. She read countless books. Her life was carefree in horse-drawn carriages, boulevards by the sea. By the time she grew up to become a Mrs. Cohen, life had changed in Odessa. It was time to get going. If nothing more, she'd have black tea, just like back home by the Black Sea, in glass cups with spoons and strawberry jam. She learned to be grateful to Uncle Sam. So Odessa Rose fled the pearl of the sea, with barely a ruble, no caviar, some loose leaf tea to travel far. She brought her family's samovar. Her new home was Pittsburgh, known as Steel City, where work in the mills left the town gritty. Her young David Cohen fed his wife, son, and daughters through modest work. At least they weren't paupers. But David's health gave way to a virus, left Rose and the children in crisis. So Rose rented rooms to folks just like her, who took their tea in glass with a stir of strawberry jam served after dinner. So Odessa Rose became a breadwinner. If nothing more, they'd have black tea, just like back home by the Black Sea, in glass cups with spoons and strawberry jam. They learned to be grateful to Uncle Sam. If Rose could bear witness to what's happening now, In Ukraine's wide boulevards, she'd figure out how to bring comfort and care to the lost souls who suffer, with tea, jam, and kindness to help them recover. If nothing more, they'd have black tea, just like back home by the Black Sea, in glass cups with spoons and strawberry jam. They learn to be grateful to Uncle Sam. Thank you.
That was lovely. My grandparents came from Odessa also. Yeah. Yeah, I have multitudinous stories about them. And a song or two. But I'm going to prove that the Unsung album is not all sad, angry songs. Because I had some fun with it too. I may have been the first one out of the womb on the day that we were born. I may have grown taller and stronger, but that may be unimportant. And even though I was the better hunter, you were the one who got blessed. Papa might have liked the meat I brought, but Mom always liked you best. I may have sold you my birthright, 'cause I was a hungry guy. And the smell of your bean stew made me crazy enough to pay your price. Oh no, even though I was the better hunter, you were the one who got blessed. May have been Papa's fair-haired boy, but Mom always liked you best. I'll admit I wasn't around much, and Mom may have thought that a shame, but she always called you her sweet Jacob and had trouble remembering my name. It's Esau, Mom. So when it came time for Papa to give my inheritance to me, Mom sent you into his room instead, 'cause she knew he couldn't see. She made you feel and smell just like me, and you stole my bequest. By the time I got there, it was too late, 'cause Mom always liked you best. There goes my future. Mom always liked you best. She said God made her do it. But we both know Mom always liked you best. Thank you. I do have one little thing to add to that. That line is from a Smothers Brothers routine. Anybody besides me remember the Smothers Brothers? Well, there was another. Oh, great! There was another routine he did about Tommy Smothers. Did a routine about how he fell into a vat of chocolate, and about maybe a week ago. Oh, my husband remembers him too. About a week ago, I saw an article about two men who got rescued from a vat of chocolate. I'm sure that Tommy Smothers thought he was kidding, but apparently that's a thing. And what I want to know is, at the end of his I think it was a song. At the end of his song, he said he yelled fire. And his brother said, "Why did you yell fire?" And he said, "Who's going to come if I yell chocolate?" So what I want to know is, did those guys yell chocolate or did they yell fire?
Probably fire. Although
I would yell fire.
If I heard chocolate, I'd come running.
Myself, but I don't think he was thinking it through quite to the point where he got to you and me. Anyway, so much for the Smothers Brothers. This is our final round. We can run a little bit over because, frankly, no one's waiting for this stage. Not too much, of course, because we don't want to wear out the people who were so kind as to come and see us. But if our last round goes a few minutes over, it's okay.
It's barely even 3:20 in the morning here.
That's all?
That's it. All right. Well, sure joy to be here with you all. All right, Will. This is a song called "Everybody's Got Something," and it's from one of my recent albums that I recorded mostly right in this room, called "A Little Dab of Everything." But it's a song about how all of us have something very special that nobody else has, and that's what it's about. And I hope you all know your very special gifts, because there's no one like you. And that's one of the joy of meeting people and getting to connect. So it goes like this. Everybody's got something that nobody else has got. Everybody, you're the only one. Everybody got something that's just your style. Everybody got something that makes you smile. Everybody got something that makes you laugh. Everybody got something you want but don't have. And oh, da-dun, dun, 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 oh, ah, cha-cha-cha. Everybody got something that brings you pain. Everybody got something that keeps you sane. Everybody got something that quenches your thirst. Everybody got something that makes you burst. Oh, da-dun, dun, 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 oh, ah, cha-cha-cha. Everybody got something how you get in the flow. Everybody got something that lets you let go. Everybody got something you were put here to do. Everybody got something, you're the only you. Oh, la dun 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 dun. Oh, ah cha cha cha. Everybody got something, your own special gift. Everybody got something, the way that you live. Everybody got something that you live for. Everybody got something that you would die for. And oh, la dun 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 dun, oh, ah cha cha cha. 'Cause everybody's got something and nobody else has got. Everybody, you're the only you. And it's true.
Amen to that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well,
That was wonderful.
love
Thank
it.
you.
This has been great. I've really, really enjoyed it. I mean, we have to definitely do this all over again. If you come here, I'll make you a big old Texan spread. Anyway, so I've got one that I wrote a while ago, but it seemed appropriate given what's going on in this country. You know, I used to live in Massachusetts. I used to live in Concord, Massachusetts, where Louisa May Alcott lived, and everybody knows that she was the author of Little Women, but people don't know that she was the first woman to vote in the town of Concord, and she was quite active in politics, and she was really a feminist, really, in her day. So anyway, it's kind of for the voice of women, and it's got a little singable chorus, so feel free to join me. It's called Strong Women. It goes like this. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. In Concord, Mass, you can visit the house where Louisa May Alcott met her wannabe spouse. She turned down the offer from her childhood suitor to write her novels without a computer. Sing from your heart, stay true to yourself. You could inspire someone else. Sing from your heart, stay true to yourself. You could inspire someone else. She studied with Emerson and Thoreau. She wanted to do more than to cook and sew. She went out in the world to become a writer. For women's rights, she was known as a fighter. Sing from your heart, stay true to yourself. You might inspire someone else. If you sing from your heart, stay true to yourself. You just might inspire someone else. Strong women surround us and scare away some of us, but let's not pretend they're out to harm us. Old or young or even born as a male, we all break inside. We might not seem frail. Let them out of the box they're frequently kept and just embrace the girls. We'll become strong women. They'll become strong women. Ruth Bader Ginsburg to Kamala Harris, to Amanda Gordon and other achievers. Strong women learned how to shake things up. They got out of the kitchen, they learned to disrupt. Sing from your heart, stay true to yourself. You could inspire someone else. Sing from your heart, stay true to yourself. You just might inspire someone else. Now you don't need a tattoo or a bottle of booze. You don't have to know how to sing the blues, although it can't hurt. Strong women have brains, and the fact remains we can use our voices to bring about change. We gotta do that. Sing from your heart, stay true to yourself. You could inspire someone else. Feel free to sing along. Sing from your heart, stay true to yourself. You could inspire someone else. If we sing from our hearts, stay true to ourselves, we could inspire someone else. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
So this is going to be my last one and the end of the show. So I would like to invite you to leave me your email address so that if you would like to know who's going to be on and when. This happens pretty much every other Sunday. And there's a show that I do that I'm actually back to doing on the second Sunday of each month at Kick Butt Coffee, so called because the owner also has a martial arts studio, which I thought was wonderful. It's right next door. In any case, that happens on the second Sunday of each month, and when it's shut down, I thought, well, I'll just put it online. And then it occurred to me that I could do it any Sunday I wanted to, hence this one is called Any Sunday Songwriters. So if you're not in Austin, give me your email address and I'll let you know everything that's happening and who's going to be on. And I've got some really wonderful people coming up. The quality level is always very high, and I'm very excited about the fact that that's the case. So this is a tribute to everybody here and everybody listening on Facebook or YouTube. Old friends, they call you on the phone sometimes, or show up on your doorstep and say, remember when unpack their adventures, hang them in the closets of your heart. Old friends, they write their letters years too late, but you write back anyway. They wake you late at night, calling from the airport in between flights. I used to worry everyone was leaving and soon they'd all be gone. But I was wrong, 'cause life went on. Sooner or later they all came home. Old friends, no one could measure or compare the treasure of these memories we share. And I will always care for old friends. I used to worry everyone was leaving and soon I'd be alone. But I was wrong, 'cause life goes on. Sooner or later we all come home. Old friends, all our paths will cross again, like multicolored ribbons enlaced through time and space. And there will always be a place for old friends. Ooh.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. And thank you all for being here. I'm hoping you enjoyed the show. Please come back. Leave me your email so that I can let you know. And if everyone could uncloak to say goodbye, that would be wonderful. Besides, I want to meet Seth's wife.
We'll see if she's here. She may be listening on mute with our little 1-year-old.
Oh, well.
And maybe she's awake. If Upasana, if you are, we're going to pop and say hello. But she may be in bed with us.
Well, in deference to sleeping 1-year-olds, I won't insist.
Jan, thank you so much for hosting such a terrific show. I really enjoyed everybody. I had never had the chance to hear Seth before, so it was really fun to hear your new songs. I haven't heard some of these songs, so it was great, Jan.
Well, thank you very much for saying yes to this. It is my great pleasure to have both of you here. And I hope you'll consider doing it again at some point.
Of course.
Yes, maybe meet again. Maybe please meet again.
Yes. So, and I should also mention,
come home.
There is a tip jar. I'll do it again. It's going to be split between the three of us, so please tip generously. And that's my final word on that subject. But thank you all for being here. We'll see you in, I think, 2 weeks. Yeah, we won't be doing anything on... Let me go look. Hold on. Don't go away. Today is the 26th of June, so the next one will be...
The 10th.
Actually, no, the 10th is the second Sunday, and I have the bricks and mortar one. But on the 17th, we have Michael Gardner and Nancy Scott, and that is going to be a great show. So please put that on your calendar. I should have said that earlier. Bless you, whoever that was. Anyway, have a lovely evening, and I'm going to stop the stream now.